Well, not much is happening right now in terms of amusement parks and coasters. Unfortunately, we'd be at the height of the season right now, or just getting into it, but due to recent events, that is obviously not happening. So I'm just going to do a rundown of some of the biggest news that's happening in the amusement park industry right now, and for some of it, just give me my take on it, and just what I think about some of it. So to start off, I'm just going to do a rundown of all the COVID-19 and coronavirus related news. There's a lot of stuff that involves this, so I'm just going to go through some of the biggest stuff. First off is that Conneaut Lake Park has officially announced that they are calling off the 2020 season. This is pretty much just them announcing that there's going to be no 2020 season for the park. The park has actually stated that this is because they do not have the resources to operate under the necessary sanitation and social distancing requirements that would be necessary for a park of that size, and they also do not have the infrastructure to properly control the flow of people, such as what a lot of larger parks are doing, and they also do not have the resources to implement virtual systems such as virtual queuing or reservations and stuff like that a lot of larger parks have begun implementing. Personally, I think this is a pretty good move. Also, in terms of their employees, this still gives the employees a lot of time during the summer to find other jobs, so they're not waiting the entire summer to see if Conneaut Lake Park actually opens and if they'll have jobs in summer. Next up is that Fun Spot has opened both their attractions in Florida at Kissimmee and Orlando. This is coming from Screamscape. There's not much here, just that these are some of the first parks to reopen and that guests will have to wear masks at all times. The parks have recommended that you bring your own masks, so I'm assuming that means there's limited supply available for guests, and extra sanitizing procedures will be put in place at both of the parks. Next is that Six Flags America is set to become a drive-through testing site for coronavirus. This comes from WTOP News, a local news source from the DC area. This was announced by Maryland Governor Larry Hogan on Wednesday, and as of last Friday, the park will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., I'm assuming every day, for coronavirus tests, administered by the Maryland Department of Health. There is no appointment or doctor's orders necessary to be tested, just drive up and get tested for the virus. This is a pretty good method of doing it. It's a huge area and this just allows a lot of people to be tested at once and pretty smoothly. For another large park, Hershey Park has given a new operations update for the summer. As of this most recent update that they shared on social media, Hershey Park plans to open in early July now, if permitted by the state. Along with this, all season passes purchased for the 2020 season will be extended through June 30th, 2021, and all pass holders will receive one additional day for each day the park is closed during 2020 season. Along with this, all summer tickets purchased for the 2020 summer season, and that were purchased before the season actually happened, will remain valid through June 30th, 2021, including all special or seasonal events. Now let's get into the general news and just non-virus related stuff. Sticking with Hershey Park has officially finished the testing necessary for Candymonium. With this, Bulliger and Mabillard has signed over Candymonium officially to Hershey Park. So whenever Hershey Park is able to open, they will be able to start running Candymonium immediately without any testing. One of the biggest events of this season that got delayed was HoliWood Nights at Holiday World. Holiday World has officially rescheduled this Coaster Enthusiast event to August 28th and 29th. This was announced on the park's Facebook live stream, so hopefully the park is able to be open by the end of August when this is actually happening. Unfortunately, I will not be attending the event, but hopefully it still goes well. One thing I did notice is that the park is apparently closed on August 28th, at least listed on their current calendar on the website. So I'm kind of wondering if the park's just going to be open only for enthusiasts that Friday, which would be kind of interesting to see how that works and how that goes. Heading back to the East Coast, we have some financial trouble for American Dream, which is home to Nickelodeon Universe and the record-breaking Shellraiser roller coaster. There's a lot of economic news with this. I'll put the link to the article in the description, but to sum it up, 555 Group, the owner of Mall of America and American Dream, has failed to fill mortgage payments for April and May for Mall of America. This is due to an estimated 85% loss in revenue due to the coronavirus crisis. In a statement on April 1st, the corporation announced that approximately 90% of the estimated 350 store locations in American Dream had been leased, although only about a dozen of the stores were in suitable condition to reopen. Now going completely off the coast, testing has begun on Dream Cruise's roller coaster on a boat. If you remember from a while back, this video came out from Marver that they're going to begin construction of the first ever roller coaster at sea. This will be the centerpiece of Global Dreams, a dream park at the pier, which is going to be the first amusement park on an entire cruise ship. The coaster's track has been constructed, and along with normal testing, this testing will include assembly and operations aboard a cruise ship and all the stuff that is necessary and all the complications that involves, as compared to operating a normal park on land. Next is that Cedar Point's Director of Communications has teased more of a 2021 project. Tony Clark has shown more of hashtag what's in the envelope on his Twitter account to fans of the park. In response to the comments, he has confirmed it is not a refurbishment of Millennium Force's trains, although the plans do definitely seem to show Millennium Force's trains and even the beginning of a lift of Millennium Force. So this might be a series of refurbishments for a section of the park, or just Cedar Point as a whole for the 150th anniversary. Personally, I don't think it's worth doing a full analysis and speculation video at this point. If more is revealed or more rumors start to come out about what this might be, I might do a full video then. Finally is some big news from Japan. New photos have come out of Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan and the construction progress that's going on there. This is from Attractions Magazine. This shows a pretty good view of what the entrance to the land will look like with you going through the tunnel into the area. This entire area looks to be incredibly immersive. You can see a lot of the theming and possibly some of the rides and attractions that will be there. And there also seems to be a staging area ready for construction of the next phase of the project. There's been a lot of rumors about what this new land could be themed to. It's obviously part of Nintendo, like what game series or what this could be themed to. In previous statements, Universal's chief creative director has stated how Super Nintendo Land is intended to make guests feel part of a video game, so it will be interesting to see how much immersion and extra things are included to fulfill this goal. And that wraps up all the major news that's been happening over the last week or so in the amusement park industry. I'll cover more if anything new comes out, and thank you so much for watching.